Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build some model kits and hang out with you, talk about what's going on in the world, anime, current events, things you're excited about. We've got a lot to cover tonight. First and foremost, I'm going to say thank you, Harold, for hosting the stream. Always appreciate it. If you currently are a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, Death Scythe emote in the chat. If you're a sub, throw that in there. Say hey. If you're not a subscriber, you can throw in another emote if you'd like, or just say hi. That's cool. I understand not everyone can subscribe. Some people are in parts of the world where they can't do the subscription, or they just are like, I don't have the cash for that. So, no. And that's understandable, and I get that. We've got Leo in the chat. We've got Solf in the chat. We've got Jam in the chat. Harold's in the chat. This is great. Already a stellar crew. Thank you all very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Um, I'm wearing my New York Comic Con shirt, and if it shows up in the stream, it's not going to look great because of the green screen. Just so you know, if you're like, what's that weird yellow thing that popped up? That's the shirt I'm wearing. It's not a good stream shirt because of the old green screen. But yeah, hi. You may have seen an ad before the stream started. I don't know. Apparently, after a couple streams of running ads before and after, I have made, I believe, 7 cents, which is pretty cool. Now, if you're a subscriber, you most likely won't see ads. You might even see ads anyway that don't support me, just for them doing their thing. But yeah, I made 7 cents in ads, so that's cool. Uh, for those that weren't watching the stream this week, they rolled out a new thing here on Twitch where affiliates like myself can run ads, just like um, folks that are got themselves a partner deal. And the whole thing is that I have made my decision that I will run an ad directly before the stream starts, and then right after I say goodbye, I will run another ad. Generally, it'll be a 30-second ad up top and a minute ad at the bottom. That's the plan anyway. Oh, Lashbrook is here. Hell yeah! Hi, Lashbrook. Um, I think that's gonna be uh, what I end up doing, um, because that seems to be a good way to do it. I might eventually run ads in the middle, but I don't think I'm going to do that because I think that might be some people's time to go away, and I already take a break in the middle to talk about ways you can support the stream, so maybe I don't want to do that other way. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I had a busy Saturday. I'm going to make an admission now, and we'll get into it later in the second hour when we talk about anime. There were two shows that came out today that I was supposed to watch to talk about, anime shows, and I only watched one of them. And the one I chose to watch may be surprising. Instead of watching a brand new season 4 opener of My Hero Academia, I watched episode 2 of season 2 of We Never Learn. Because I was so curious if it was going to be better than last week's episode, and I'll talk about it later. So I will watch My Hero to chat on Monday, because right now I only have two shows to watch on that come out on Sunday or Monday. And so I am looking for a new anime for that, but I'll end up just doing that. I still saw 5 fucking shows, y'all. Also, turns out, here's the thing I learned. Because last week I streamed on Wednesday, I forgot that High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another World is a Thursday show. So I should be watching it for Thursdays, which means I now have 7 shows to watch to talk about on Thursdays, which will make it easier to watch the will be 5 shows. Look, all I know is too much anime comes out on Wednesday, and now I have a Thursday show, and then I also have a Tuesday show. Food Wars. Food Wars. I watched. Yes, Leo. The new episode of Food Wars came out yesterday, and I watched it yesterday, and I have opinions on the new episode of Food Wars, which I will share. Um, and yeah, I think that there's a lot to talk about when it comes to that. Later in the stream, I will chat about High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another Life, Dr. Stone, Fire Force, Food Wars, and We Never Learn Season 2. Fire Force is back. Happy about that. It's so weird because they've taken weeks off a couple weeks off over the time. They're only on episode 11. Uh, when the season they started in was last season, and every show that season ended. It's very surprising that they're not there, but it's an ongoing. So it's just they took a week off when there was a fire in a anime studio in Japan, and they also took a couple weeks off because there was a special event happening, and then also they just needed a week off. Apparently, I don't know. Um, we're gonna get into building in just a moment. First and foremost, before we get going, last thing I want to say before we get into this build is, if you are a subscriber, if you are use Twitch Prime, if you have your Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you got to manually renew that. So make sure you do it. No matter what, though, if you're up for a renewal, make sure you hit that button, the notification, so it shows up, so I get a notification, and then we can all throw the emotes at you and say, yeah, 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 yeah. So, but a few more folks will join us tonight. It's okay if they didn't. I know that Loading Ready Run is doing their live show, so there'll be a few people watching that. I know that it's a Saturday on a weekend, and people are getting into the mood. It's October. Maybe there's some early Halloween parties. I don't know. I got invited to a Halloween party the last Saturday of the month, and I have to be honest with y'all. I'm thinking about I might go. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my schedule tight. I do have there is a Thursday that week I will have to do an early stream because I'm covering a shift. So now that I think about it, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't know. But a good friend of mine is throwing a Halloween party on the 26th. And I'm like, maybe I should go to that party. Maybe I should go to that. I don't know. I don't know. Might be fun. I don't have a costume. I know what I want to be, but I don't have time or energy to make that happen. So I'm not gonna. Anyway, let's go to the overhead. On Thursday, we finished up the Gusion, and we started, we started right here, doing our Crossbone. We're doing the Crossbone X, and then we're going to do the Zaku 2. Crossbone, we've got a lot of work done. There's still some stickers to do. There's definitely head stickers to make, and some stuff on the legs and the waist and all that. But we did one foot, and now we're going to do the other foot, and the feet are identical, and we could have done it at the same time, but they didn't tell us that, so we didn't do that. But we're just doing our feet here, nice and easy, lemon squeezy. I will start off by telling you things have heated up in the world of giving Pat Baer money in exchange for work, which is incredible, and I wish it had been happening for months now, but it's all happening right now. And it's good. A part-time position that I applied for that said, no, we don't want you for this job. Then a couple days later said, hey, you're not right for this right now, but if in the next 6 months an opportunity comes up, would you be interested? And I said, yes. They got back to me. They want me to start. It is an ongoing part-time job. The hours are very late at night or very early in the morning. So I could do these things. I mostly could still tech, and I definitely could do this. But it's part-time. The other job that starts next week with training is a full-time position, and it allows me to take a couple days off in order to work Anime NYC. But it has an end date of December 31st. There's a possibility of extending, but it is a temporary position. It is a full-time temporary position. So I had to think about it. Full-time, knowing there's an end. Part-time, with knowing that it's ongoing. And then they told me what my hours were for this full-time position. And they're good and easy to get around because the theater I work at, starting in November, they're going to start doing earlier shows. Shows earlier, more money, more hours, but harder to do the job that is ongoing but part-time. Also, a big thing to consider that I had to consider is the job that is full time but ends on December 31st is a job that I will be doing in my apartment. And so I am taking that job. Also, customer service is a thing that I've never done resume wise. I've done it, but not like enough to put on a resume. I've done it as a temp. And that seems better than working at a storefront part time. Um, so I think that's where we're at. Um, Also, I said that I would be interested in working at this job, and they want me to start in a couple weeks. So if my training on Tuesday goes real bad, that's the plan right now. Is say yes, don't sign anything yet for the full time or the sorry for the part time job that starts in a couple weeks. Get more emails, get more information, and then quit and then say, actually, I'm sorry, I'm taking another position. Um, Once I find out that the full time with it that is temporary, if it turns out to be bad, I don't think it's bad, so I probably won't even worry about that. But these are good problems to have, y'all. Um, as far as I can tell right now, uh, there will be no disruption in streaming, which I know is the thing y'all care the most about, right? You're like, well, Pat, you're getting yourself a job. You're going to be able to pay your bills better. You're going to get down your debt some. Oh, you get to work at Anime NYC in Crunchyroll's booth next month. These are all cool. But what about my streams? I need to know. The answer is that right now it looks like things will not be affected. Uh, if that changes, I'll let you know. But as of right now, everything seems pretty cool. Um, I do say that. uh, but yeah, right now everything seems pretty good. As far as me being able to keep doing the work I want to do, which is streaming and doing all that. Um, it may mean down the road, if I sometimes I do a stream and then I go into work. Well, those will be even earlier than normal. I'm going to try to avoid that. It actually will probably mean that sometimes folks know I do like 6 p.m. streams. Like if I'm going to play Hearthstone on a Wednesday, it'll be at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to probably be able to do that anymore. It will be late night all the time, just to differentiate my schedule. But I'm still not 100% sure about that, and I'm finding out as much as I can about the new job on Tuesday when I technically start it. Um, but I am excited, and everything's going pretty good with that. We'll see, but um, yeah, I'm very happy. The job I'm going to start doing is allowing me to take Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off in the middle of November, and that's awesome because I need that time off to do this shit that I need to do, which obviously in this case uh, is working at Anime NYC in the Crunchyroll booth, one of the Crunchyroll booths. I'm not 100% sure. I know that I am a manager. I am managing people. Uh, I don't know exactly if I am in Crunchyroll Games or Crunchyroll that. I don't know what the booth is going to look like. I don't know if it's going to be the big pool of slimes or the big slime pile. Not slimy, slimes from or whatever, or if there's going to be a new thing to tie in with one of the new shows. Um, at New York Comic Con, they had a bunch of cutouts of One Piece characters that you could take selfies with, or they had someone that would take a photo for you with those cutouts, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't know if that's going to be there, or if they're going to do something with Doctor Stone, or what. I'm not sure. Um, I'm not in a position to pitch stuff, but if I was going to pitch things, I think it'd be really funny to have a random word generator Um, so you could get a photo with a background of a um, light novel cover, and you just do a pose, and then it randomly generates some sort of sentence, like light novels, isekais and light novels, um, like one of the many that we have this season, like high school prodigies have it easy even in another world. Didn't I say to make my abilities average the next life? Cautious hero, the hero is overpowered but overly cautious. Um, I think like that would be a really funny, goofy thing to just be like, you just pose in front of this background, and then we just add a title to your show, to you. Um, but whatever. They don't pay me to do. They don't pay me to think. They pay me to manage and interact, and they don't pay me yet. They will. Someday they will. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to do that. To work that event. It seems like it'll be pretty fun. Okay, it's time to build a waist. Gotta build that waist. Because those are the legs. You're like, oh, Pat, I'm sure there's a lot of steps involved with building the waist of this model kit. And you would be wrong. I don't even have to make a skirt. They did it for me. It's SD model kit. I'm going to put a sticker on it and then shove a thing in there, and then we're good. Super deforms. Not particularly difficult. This one has more stickers. Now, the new ones, this is a part of the newer line of these SDs. They have you can get alternative case or frames for them, which this did not have alternative frames included. You can buy them if you want. But the thing it does do is apparently most of them have far less stickers than normal. This has a bunch, but the Zaku that we're going to build next is, I think, sticker free, or maybe one sticker, but it's kind of surprising. Um, okay, so okay, just gonna try to get this straight on here. Great, nice and easy. A little red sticker on there. No big whoop. I'll tell you about what happened to me today. One of the reasons why I missed an anime show because I was very busy. Uh, my folks were in New York, so I got to visit with my folks, and that was great. Um, my parents live in South Carolina. We're originally from Connecticut. They retired down there, and my parents were up because my cousin, or second cousin, I should say, got married, and my mom is my cousin or second cousin's godmother. So he wanted her there up, so they came up for the wedding. It was a Friday wedding, which is okay. I don't know. The bride is Lutheran, and that is when they were available to do the wedding. So they did the wedding, um, and my parents, were here for the weekend. So today they came to the city. They took the Metro North train into the city, and I got to spend a bunch of hours with my parents, and that was really nice and fun. Um, I don't get to see them too often, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go home for Christmas because my life and job stuff has been tough. It's possible that the job I'm doing right now, which I'm doing from home, I could do if I can figure out travel and get enough shift time off to be able to travel. I might be able to do my job from there, but I don't know yet. So I haven't made any decisions if I'm going to go see them, go to their home for Christmas. So it was great to see them. Got to hang out. Checked out the New York Public Library on 42nd Street. Um, it is. I haven't been since I was a teen because I had a reason to go. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like it's a library, but I mostly go to Brooklyn libraries if I got to go to a library because it's also like feels like a museum and there's a lot of shops and it's part of Bryant Park. Uh, One thing that was cool that y'all might appreciate was that the Bryant Park system has spots where you can go and just play games. They have like they're mostly like board games, like Sorry and stuff, and checkers and Connect Four, but they have like a lending library for outside. It's incorporated along with the chess boards and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. I did not get any games, but I thought it was pretty neat that you could do that if that was something you wanted to do. Um, uh, and I was like, neat. I don't know. I got to see my folks, and we got some food, and it was good to catch up with them. So I was very happy, but that was a good portion of my day was spending time with them, and then I got back home and watched We Never Learn season 2, episode 2, and prep for the stream. Uh, so that was my day. It was good, but like I said, it was running around and spending time with my folks, and it was nice. What did y'all get up to today? Let me know in the chat if you did anything fun or cool or weird today, or just hung. Did you just hang out? Let me know what you all are up to. Chat is a little quiet tonight, and I get that, and it's okay. But if you got something to say, feel free to say it. If you did anything fun or cool, or if you just hung out, caught up on work, worked, whatever's. Let me know. Because sometimes it feels like I'm talking into a void, which I know I'm not, but it sometimes feels like that. All right, we're just building ahead here. I watched My Hero Academia, Food Wars, and played Pokemon Go a lot. Hell yeah, Leo. Yeah, I got some. I caught some Pokemon and worked on some quest stuff while I was waiting for my parents' train to arrive because Grand Central Station has a lot of Pokestops right in there and a bunch of Pokemon. So I was able to get some stuff done on that. And what I gotta do is I gotta have a meetup soon or do something to try to meet up with some people because I gotta trade Pokemon and I gotta battle Pokemon in order to continue a quest that I'm on, a big challenge quest. So I gotta do a bunch of that stuff. Then spent like an hour breaking down the last 8 months of boxes from online orders that I hadn't cleaned up. Leo, I also there's a portion of my couch because neither my roommate nor myself really use our living room, so our couch has kind of been where I've been putting boxes, and I gotta take care of that shit. Lashbrook says today was my first day back at work. Didn't do much as I should have. Watched the new My Hero Academia. See, y'all watched it and I didn't. I chose another show because I wanted to talk about it. Also because a video that's going to come out on Monday, I talk about how that's a show I'm worried about. So I wanted to see We Never Learn. But I will be watching and talking on Monday. I'll talk about My Hero Academia. Also, that is a popular show, and it's totally possible that somebody who wants to talk about that show didn't see it yet because it came out this afternoon, which is the risk I always run when I talk about anime that came out the day that I stream. So the stuff I talked about yesterday, well, hopefully you saw it, but the stuff I talk about, it's mostly filler. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a catch-up. Yeah, it's to let you know what's going on. Maybe we're introducing some stuff that, teases of things, but it's mostly like, hey, My Hero, it's been a while, right? That's what I assumed it was when I read the episode description, not blow by blow, just like, hey, this is what the episode is going to be about. Okay, so we're going to put the eyes on here. Now, the thing about this kit is it's got basically two ones. It's super cute and awesome to be back, though. Hell yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. I mean, honestly, I'm going to watch it tonight. That's my plans. My plans are to watch the stream or to watch that episode after the stream's over. That could be some of my evening watching. All right. Yeah, I haven't decided if any of my Friday shows are going to slip and I talk about it on Monday. Hopefully not, but, it happens. I had stuff going on today. Yeah, yeet out allegiance, says Sazabi. Hello, welcome. Happy to have you. I'm putting eyeballs on this crossbone. So, we've got the, like, kind of just whatever eyes here. Like, hey, doing our thing. These are green windshields. And then we've got, oh, I have a personality. I am a character in an anime eyes that we're going to put on here. Oh, it's me, the character y'all know and love, Crossbone. You need to go full meta. I don't know which one we're going to go with yet. I mean, my gut is to go eyeballs. Build a skull and crossbones out of crossbones. Oh, that's why you been full meta. That we need to get a real skull and crossbones on the skull and crossbones. I don't know. I think right now I like eyeballs more than I like no eyeballs, but I don't know. I haven't made the decision yet. No eyeballs is pretty cool, but I think we're going eyeballs. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like when the head is complete. We need beef 1.5. Back of the head here, back of the helmet. The eyeball is too cutesy, says Zazabi. All right, well, look. Also, this is a Chibi Gundam. It's an SD. It is supposed to be cutesy. That is the point of these kits, so we'll see. Tell me at least the mouth opens. Well, I'll show you in a second. I got to put a sticker on the back of this thing first. But yeah, cutesy is kind of the deal, the modus operandi of this kit. So, all right, sticker has been stuck. Put that off now. So yeah, the mouth doesn't do anything. This thing opens here on the face guard, moves a little bit, so you can do that. But that's basically all you're doing. You're getting a little movement there, but not much. Of course, you know, we haven't put it all together yet, but that appears to be the case. So that goes on that. All right, let's keep working on the head here. We got to do the front face. That thing's head's bigger than this has for Kai's. Yeah, I mean, that is the style of doing these kits. Because next, even when we do the Zaku like has a big head anyway. But in this kit, you know, there's not much waste to it, as you can see in the photos. But yeah, that's what you get when you make these style of kits. Like, that is the deal. All right, so let's do this. We got to put some stickers on. I might just get a RG Crossbone to torture myself and RG Zeta. I like that RG Crossbone. I looked at that. That is pretty neat. That might be something I pick up down the line, but I don't know. And then this is gonna go in here. Yeah. Yeah. That looks right. Okay. And then we have to put some stickers on here, but we will attach this together before we do it. And then we'll put the stickers on. The head, we got to do 5, 6, 3, and 4. Okay. These are the last stickers that we have to put on. So we're almost done with stickers on this one. Because apparently the Zaku, not many stickers, so that's good. But will RG disappoint me as I've built is the SAS. So, real grades are pretty great. The early ones that came out, the first gen of real grades, are a little. They're imperfect. They're a little some of them are top heavy a little bit. Sometimes the arms joints aren't great, but the more modern real grades, the stuff that has been coming out, has been solid. The Sazabi is incredible, and I can't wait to build it. But yeah, it is honestly some of them aren't particularly great. I haven't had as much fun as I have with other kits. Also, to be clear, and I've said this before, I'm a broken record. I'm not a huge fan of the 144 scale. So tiny like the 144, but also intricate like a master grade isn't necessarily what I'm looking for. But that's not everybody. I mean, I put these kits up on my wish list because they were inexpensive. So somebody picked these up, and I'm happy they did because they're fun. But yeah, 100 master grades, or I really like the full mechanics line, or the RE100 line is pretty great as well. The RE100 line can be very solid. So, all right, we're just applying stickers here. Nothing crazy about this. Just here. And fix that. All right. Pretty great. All right. I do want to get the Crossbone Master Grade full cloth, but I've been told those crossbones are quite crap. I have heard that. I've heard that they're not great Master Grades. I think they look cool, but yeah, they're just sometimes they made choices and they went in directions when they're trying to make the stuff. Like some people really dislike working on the the master grades from G Gundam because they were making some odd choices and there's lots of screws and uh, they're kind of odd kits. I don't mind them too much, uh, but I get it. Some people don't like working on. Oh yeah, the X2. Yes. No, that is a great kit. Um, some people don't like working on the Gundam wing kits because all of the legs are the same on every Gundam has the same legs and it gets repetitive. I mean, I love them. We're gonna build that Shenlong with a sword and shield in the future, and I can't wait to build that. Um, but I understand how some people are like, "That's not what I want." I get that. Yes, the endless waltz kits. Yep. I mean, I really enjoy that. Someday I'll make that heavy arms, endless waltz heavy arms master grade. That's very expensive, and I've never built. Someday I'll do that. That kit is gorgeous. Okay, so then we have to assemble some stuff here. All right, we got to put some bones on this thing. Look, I love them. Here's the thing, Sazabi. I love Gundam Wing, and I love all the kits in Gundam Wing. So that's where we're at. Uh, I love them, and I will build them. Building the high grade 100s did it because I had to because on Build with Bear Workshop we build Gundam Wing kits. That is one of our things is that we build Gundam Wing kits on this stream. Because it's mine. As a wing purist speaking, why not other TV versions? Yeah, I understand. I will build. I've built every. I've tried to build the master grade or high grade of every version of every kit. We're going to be doing the Shenlong manga version that we got. We did not get. Unfortunately, they did not have heavy arms um, what do you call it? They did not have the heavy arms for sale. The new heavy arms, the P Bandai series at New York Comic Con. Maybe they'll have it at Anime NYC. I would still like to buy that version because it just has more weapons and looks neat. But yeah, uh, I mean, I even bought the weird, no grade, 160 scale wing, which is such a strange kit. It's basically a giant high grade. It was a fun build. Yes, I got that Shenlong. Yes, at New York Comic Con, I got that Shenlong, the sword and shield Shenlong, and I got the Sazabi real grade with the ruby clear coat. And I'm very excited to work on those. Those are kits coming up in the future. Right now, we're working on kits that people bought off my wish list. Those are kits that I'll be working on in the future. All right, so I think we're gonna go. Yeah, so we'll do this. And all right, head is done. Oh yeah, so you say that. I'll just manually do that. I need to do uh, commands for Nightbot. I've only done very limited, like, hey, put people in timeout when they do this. I need to do that stuff with Nightbot. You're totally right. I'm going to manually put it in. Uh, so that would be a command if I follow through and let it lead somewhere. But I haven't put commands in with Nightbot to show up. But this is my wish list. But I should do that. I should do the wish list command. I should do Patreon. I should do Discord. And you just have to do that and those show up. Uh, Ultron's here. I smell Punpla. Hello. Welcome. You just got here in time. Soft, yeah. Uh, we finished Crossbone. I mean, we didn't finish it. We still need to put, because we put one Crossbone on there. We still got to put that X on there. We got to put that X on the back, the backpack X. So we got to build that. It's basically almost all that's left of this kit is doing that. So let's do that. We need C4, build 4 sets, C4 and, oh, C4, aha, and 23. Great. We're doing this 4 times, so let's do that. Ultron, I knew you meant Gunpla, but yes, you did smell Gunpla. Happy to have you here, Ultron. Welcome to the stream. We are, working on the Crossbone here and getting ready to build this backpack. And then we've got a Zaku 2 to build, which looks very fun. And then we will, and we'll build the weapons and almost be done. Heck yeah. Why is the high grade 100D hell $45? Sazabi, all death sites are expensive. I don't know why, but all of them are. Just haven't done re-releases in a long time. But yeah, $45 for a high grade is pretty expensive. But I guess it's just supply and demand. Yeah. Um. Oh, that's a good high grade. It's a pretty good high grade. I wish that there was, I wish that I had that in Master. Um. People ask me like, oh, what would be your perfect grade? Like, which Death Scythe would you want as a perfect grade? And honestly, it's the Death Scythe Hell Custom from Endless Waltz. Those bat wings are so great. I think that's the one you do in perfect grade. Traditionalists might say the first Death Scythe is the one you want to do in perfect grade. I think it's the Hell Custom from Endless Waltz because I just think it's a fucking great example of a kit, and I think the wings would look so cool in 160 scale. I just think it would be fantastic. But that's my opinion. Gotta go Endless Waltz. Yeah, that's what I think. I think the original Scythe would be great as well. Get that drone in Scythe. A big old version of the drone. But I do think that the wings would be just cool looking. It would just look neat. Alright, so it's going to go here, here. But that would be my. Also, uh, I think. I think they would do the Tall Geese. If they were going to do a Tall Geese, they would do the Tall Geese 3. But I would prefer it like. Here's what I want. I want a cool new version of the Epion. I want a cool new version of the Epion, like a re-release of the Master Grade of the Epion. That would be awesome. Uh, so Lashbrook, I own that game. I pre-ordered that game because there was a sale, and so I pre-ordered that game, John Wick Hex, and have not played it. I have not had the time. Uh, Leo says, I bought the Endless Waltz DVD without knowing anything about Gundam. I was very confused. Uh, like an MG Epion TV version and Wing Zero TV version. Yeah, so Zombie, that would be great. The Epion TV version would be rad. I just want the transformation to look better. Because it does. The Master Grade of the Epion is a great kit until you want to make it the Twin-Headed Dragon, and it doesn't look great. And I know that's hard. Please don't think that I'm like, they fucked it up. I don't know how to do it right. I just know that I don't think it's a great two-headed dragon. I think it just. I wish it was better. But I understand why it isn't. All right. Yeah. Leo, that's even like not. You basically bought the OVA that come after the show. Like, that's such a weird thing to have that be like your Gundam experiences. Here's this movie where the art, for some reason, they made the character models or the art, the Gunpla, older looking. Uh, that's a really strange one. All right. Yeah, that is a strange choice to jump in. Uh, honestly, yeah. Oh, of course, Leo. I mean, here's the thing with Endless Waltz. It assumes you know a lot about Gundam Wing. It makes no attempts to onboard you. It is not an attempt to capture new viewers. It is a cool, here's more of this shit, y'all. We know you like this. Enjoy it. But yeah, it is not meant for casual viewers. I did something similar years ago when I watched Serenity without ever seeing Firefly. So at least Serenity attempts to say, like, hey, you came here on a date. You don't know what this is. Like, it does make some attempts. Uh, they might not be the best attempts, but it does make some small attempts to be like, you might not know, you might not get what's going on. Here's some help. Uh, I also saw Serenity in theaters before seeing Firefly. Endless Waltz is gold for Wing fans and a giant middle finger to people who don't Wing. Yeah, I mean, and as a huge Gundam Wing fan, I really enjoy it. I think the old art is cool. I like that they were like more for everyone, except technically, if it was more for everyone, then the Death Scythe Hell custom would have 3 scythe blades instead of going back to 1. But everybody else was just like, more guns, we'll give you a cloak, I guess, cooler looking arms for this one. Experience of Gundam was a random clip in a random gaming video. Huh. For me, it was Wing. Like, I had watched some of Char's Counterattack. I'd watched some of that. So I knew of Gundam, but I didn't get Gundam. But Wing was kind of my entry point to where I was like, okay, this seems cool. And then I watched all of G after that. And then I got fan subs of X and watched that. And then I started going back into main timeline because for me, Wing was something that I could approach because it was that other century. It was that outside all of these years of shows and all of this. It was something that I could get into, which not every show, you know, it wasn't possible to get into everything. Um, so so that was like for me really like important to just be like, okay, I am getting what this is. I am interested in checking out more of this and these kind of shows. And then I went back and I watched. I've watched a lot of them. Ooh, I put this on. Did I put these on wrong? I did. I put the this on wrong. Oops. Wonder if I can. Yep, that's what I gotta do. Haha. I put the cross on wrong here. So we'll just quickly fix that, and then we'll take a photo of it and start working on our kit. Or I'll do it after that. I don't need to take a photo now, but we'll finish this up. Considering the thing got me into this, I don't know why I haven't bought the high grade. Yeah, yeah, that's an important kit to your interest and development. Should pick it up. But yeah, for me, Wing was the first one that I really clicked with, and then I started delving into the other series and learning more about them and learning more about many, many Gundam shows and all that. Death Scythe was my first high grade. The original Death Scythe high grade was the first model kit I ever bought. Built that. I've said this before. Built that using kitchen scissors because I didn't have clips. So I did that with scissors and made a kit and loved it. Oh, yeah, that would be a fun one. Yeah, and that Leo, that high grade Leo is good. That's a good little kit. Um, all right. So here is our first of two chibis. We got the Crossbone chibi done. We'll put this away for now, and then we will work on the Zaku 2 chibi. And what I can do is I'll just do goodbye and goodbye. Two Leos and old. Yeah, I like the design so much. I bought a built Wing Zero heavy arm Cesite and Nautiku. Heck yeah. While still not understanding anything. I mean, like, it's just to me the shonen elements of it. While some people were certainly not interested and not happy, I really liked it. Like I like those elements. To me, it was approachable. I understood it. I probably didn't know what shonen meant at the time, but it was something where I saw that and was like, I get what this show is about. I'm interested. Look at this. 3 stickers. There's only 3 stickers with this kit. That's it. This little Zaku 2, 3 stickers. That's such a breath of fresh air for SDs. The Death Scythe SD that I made last year on the Waypoint charity stream, or 2 years ago, whatever. The last time I did a Waypoint charity stream last year, that that Death Scythe was all stickers. Um, but that show really got me into checking out more with Gundam. Okay, so there's a different frame you can buy, which I didn't, so, or, didn't put those up for option. So we got to do the top line. We're doing the top line of the body. So that's good to know. We'll put together the Zaku 2. My first Dragon Ball was the movie World's Strongest. I wasn't sure who any of these people were, but I know I liked it. Hell yeah, Ultron. My first was the U.S. dub of Dragon Ball. I watched and really liked, and then there was nothing, and I knew it was a Japanese show, so I started watching the I found fan subs on VHS and started watching that. And then Dragon Ball Z came out in the States. So, of course, I started watching that because I was like, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know who some of these characters are, but I'll watch it because I didn't know who Piccolo was because I hadn't finished all of Dragon Ball. And suddenly there's this guy Piccolo. And I was like, okay. And then I went, and then I got to King Piccolo, and I was like, that's not the dude from Dragon Ball Z. And then I met Piccolo Jr., and I was like, oh, okay. Sass says, if you add joints, the channel is Ripper 7. Alter grade. Okay, that seems pretty cool. This Green Man seems cool. Let's keep going and see what happens. I mean, it was a thing where I'm like, who's this dude? Why Goku as a kid? What's happening? Like, jumping from the first 13 episodes of Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z is such a just like whiplash. That seems pretty cool, Sazabi. Yeah. Uh, that is Rippler 7. Or you look for Alter Grade. That seems pretty neat. I just remembered, y'all see that G40 industrial design version of the RX-78. Last week I did see that. It was real cool looking. Super cool, in my opinion. All right. He's using. Okay, that's fun. Just doing some mods, making some things happen, doing it up yourself. If they're not going to do it, you do it. You figure out how. I like it. Um. Oh. Hey. I'm going to tell you about Monday's stream right now because folks are here, so I'll tell you about it. I will promote it on Monday, of course. Monday is my pumpkin carving stream. That's right. I'm doing it on Monday. On Monday, I am going to be carving a big old pumpkin. Because I want my jack-o'-lantern to last for part of the season. So I'm going to be doing that on Monday, and I hope you'll join me Monday at 9 p.m. for that stream. We're still going with this one, but I want to promote it a little bit. That my next stream, because we'll finish this up today probably. So I'm going to get a big pumpkin. Last year, I carved 2 small pumpkins. This year, I'm carving one big friend pumpkin. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing the same setup. I think I'm going to do the same setup that we do here. I might have this higher in the air, higher up shooting down. But I think we'll be able to do this setup like we do here. I just got to put something down. Will you make one that looks like the GB pumpkin sticker from PAX? I don't know. Carve your Death Scythe emoticon into the pumpkin. That's also asking a lot. So here's the thing, folks. If you missed my one last year, it was fun, but you don't need to see it. The big takeaway with, I also probably won't do the green screen. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. I actually have to figure out what I'm going to do because if I have a big pumpkin here, I think it's going to be in this shot. So I have to figure that out, which is why I'm doing there. I don't know what I'm going to carve into it because I make fun pumpkins. I make silly pumpkin friends that are goofy and fun because I am not artistically talented. So I don't know what it's going to end up being, but it most likely will be very free form. But I think that's going to be a fun stream, and that'll be on Monday, so tune in for that. But yeah, I think I'm going to do just my black background I use for gaming streams and still stick me in the corner, but I think I'm going to have to stand up and do it, and so I'll do like an overhead, and then I'll put this on a bigger tripod is what I think I'm going to do. I'm still not sure. But Monday I will have time, because I don't have anything going on Monday, so I will have time to set that all up properly and do the work. but I'm excited about it. I like doing model kit. I like model kit stuff. Obviously, you can see them here, but I do like doing carving now and again. I think it's a fun way to mix things up. All right, so this goes like that. We'll stick this one on here, B12. Let's finish the body, and then we will take our pause to the cause in a moment or two. What's going on? All right, we'll get that on there. And then we'll do B226, which is... All right. Oh, okay. Obviously, this is the chibi, the SD, so you don't have to worry about beads and wires and anything. They just give it to you in plastic form. And I am not against that because this was very easy to put together. And that's great. Let's see, that's the easiest this has ever been to assemble. The worst parts of a Zaku, in my opinion, are all of the piping, like heat vent stuff is always the worst part. So taking that out of my hands, hell yeah. I don't mind. I know the other way looks cooler, but I think this is fine. I just watched a surprisingly long YouTube video showing big cats in a zoo playing with pumpkins like house cats playing with toys. That's pretty great. Uh, that sounds very cool, Leo. All right. We're going to take a brief pause for the cause. This is just a way I talk about ways you can support the stream if that's something you're interested in doing. Of course, you're under no obligation. We'll get through this quick. I'll drink some water. We'll talk about some anime that came out. And I'll keep building this cool Zaku too. So, first and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, throw that bear cave, throw the Lego emote, throw the scythe emote if you're a tier 2. Let the people know. Thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you'd like to subscribe, you can use Cash Money. You can also link your Amazon account with your Twitch account and use Twitch Prime to support the stream. You're more than welcome to do that. I would love it if you did. Bits and coins, always appreciated. You can see Recyclable is in the lead, and Not Grind Style and Crazy Like Fox are right behind them. Bits and coins are just lead to a bigger payout every month. They're a way to support the stream, and also a way for people that aren't subscribing to support the stream. I have a Patreon you could join. Patreon, $5 and $10 patrons get videos early. My $10 patrons will decide in which order, the Sazabi or the Shenlong, which one I build after we finish the blue frame, which is up next. They get to decide that because that is a cool thing that $10 patrons can do. $5 and $10 get videos early that I put up. That's my Patreon. That's an alternative if that's something you'd like to do. These kits, both the Zaku 2 and the Crossbone and also the Astray blue frame that I'm going to build next, all came from my Amazon wish list. If you would like to jump into my wish list, you're more than welcome to pick something up there. If there's something that you know is on sale for Amazon that you would buy for me to build, it's not on my list, let me know. Maybe I already built it in the past. I put up some stuff that I'd like to do on Halloween, some little cheapo kits that I'll probably be picking up in the future myself anyway, just to kind of like do something on Halloween because I'll be streaming that night. There's Lego and One Piece ships and an Overwatch Lego set I put in there, and Gunpla, and Gunpla, and Gunpla. I put that MK2 Titans, the real grade there, that looks really neat. That's a cool kit. I put that up. I'll do a real grade now and again. I put the RE100 Efret Kai Gundam, the Blue Destiny one. That's a cool looking kit I put in there. And the Camphor Master Grade, still never built that. Put that up there. Those are things. If you want to buy something off the wish list, it would be rad. You don't have to, but you can. Uh, just as an option. Sazabi, I like to put up a bunch of different things that are available on Amazon, things that people could pick up if they wanted to, as an ideas for me. I like mixing things up. I mean, I do a lot of the master grades, but I like putting different things in there. Sometimes folks want to have a $20 option or a $30 option. So I like to mix things up here and there. I have a few $100 options in there. On occasions, someone has bought that. I've bought those now and again, but that's not necessarily the focus. Alternatively, if you're like, I would like to buy you a gift card from USA Gundam Store, here is the link to USA Gundam Store. You buy the gift card, then you can send me a whisper here on Twitch, or you can send it to my DM, because my DMs are open on Twitter, and send me a gift code, and I'll buy something there. That's another option. Um, and then I have my coffee and my Streamlabs and my PayPal. You're more than welcome to jump into that if that's something you'd like to do. And I have the Bill Bear community. Oh, and then anything I make on Patreon, here on Twitch, um, through Coffee and Streamlabs and PayPal, anything I make on there goes to buying kits, because kits are expensive, and this has been a rough year for me financially. So all of that just goes into buying kits. And I have some stuff that I was able to purchase, so I do have some kits to build down the road. We're good for a little while, including, obviously, I'm going to do a whole stream with a big pumpkin, so it'll take a little while to build that. I mean, build, whatever. That's on Monday. That'll be fun. And then Background of Characters is a web series I do. I do a new episode every Wednesday. Here is this past Wednesday's episode for Background of Characters. It was a fun one. I'm going to drink some water, then I'm going to talk about anime and keep working on the Zaku, too. If you've got water or a beverage of any kind, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, sparkling water, regular water, whatever, you could maybe hydrate. I don't know. It's up to you. Ah, that is good. Cold water. All right. We're going to work on the arms here next of our Zaku 2. Give me that anime, says Christian. Hi, Christian. Welcome. I should tell you that because I had plans with my folks that came to visit me today, I did not get a chance to watch My Hero Academia. I'm going to talk about that on Monday. So no My Hero talk. And of course, that's the one that multiple people watched today. I watched the other Saturday show that I have because I was really curious about the episode 2 of season 2 of We Never Learn, which I'll talk about now. I mentioned this last week. Here's the weird thing. Okay, they should not be calling this season 2. They should be calling it part 2. We Never Learn is a romantic comedy series. I like it a lot. You've got a tutor. He's trying to get a special recommendation so that his university bills are paid, but he has to, in the process of that, he's got to tutor some people. And then later in the series, they go to a cram school, and he meets someone that used to go to his school, who is who is also studying. And then there's also a teacher who she became a teacher because of this dude's dad encouraging her. And she's trying to be straight-laced, but she's a mess. And then also maybe has feelings for him. And it's the part of the anime that's like, God damn it, anime, stop being this. It's the part of the anime that's not great. But We Never Learn is a fun show. The thing is, the first season came out in April or March or something. Came out this year. So this second season is really just a continuation. So like I said last week, episode 1 last week should have been episode 14. So Christian, it's not bad. It's just there are moments where maybe he's like, oh, she's actually kind of like there's a part of this episode he like carries her to bed because she falls asleep, the teacher, and it's fine. And there's a moment where he feels nervous about it, but he also feels nervous all the time about everything. The anime plays it up like that's not weird, and it is. There's a whole episode where like he helps her out with a lot of stuff in this first season, and it's played straight. It's played for laughs like every other joke. It's just it's the part of the show that I'm like, this is a bummer. I wish that this character was not into, uh, or I wish that she was not around because there's already a love triangle and then another girl who's aware of the love triangle, and then they introduce a fourth girl. That's why I think this should have just been one long series, or second part, or 26 episode series, because they do go out of their way to introduce a new character that shakes up the dynamic. But that happens in episode like 11 of 13 or 10 of 13, so it's weird. Um, so this episode was a split. We followed the college girl who I like a lot and had interactions, and we got to see some of the character stuff. Uh, we didn't get a lot of the math genius, which is a shame because she's my favorite of the characters. We saw a little bit of her, but not much. But apparently, next episode is a lot about her, so that's cool. Um, but yeah, it doesn't feel like the second episode of the second season because it's not doing anything to like. It's not doing anything for anyone that would start with season two. It assumes that you watch season one, which makes it feel like a continuation of season one, like a direct continuation, because it 100% is. Like, it doesn't take any time to be like, you might be lost. Here's what these characters are like. Like, the episode 14, or season 1, episode 2, 1, they're still in cram school. Now they're back after cram school and continuing the season, or the school year. It's just, it's such an odd choice. I like it. I think it's funny. I think the characters are very cute and fun. And I've been watching so much shonen that watching a series that isn't that very much is just a fun, romantic show about like he doesn't understand the crushes that people have on him, and they're very fun and lots of misunderstandings and youthful energy, and it's a fun one. So that was episode 2 of season 2 of We Never Learn. I was kind of weirded out by the first episode last week. This week I liked more. It still feels odd. And as I said, there was teacher stuff, which is my least favorite part of the show. Also, strict teacher who cares a lot but is actually a slob in real life is like, I'm just not interested. Maybe they need more production time. Yeah, I don't know, Christian. And I don't know if in Japan it's called season 2, but Crunchyroll calls it season 2. And they numbered it, episodes 1 and 2 as season 2. And that feels weird. But yeah, maybe they just took an extended break. I didn't know. Episode 13 ends strong. Like, for 13 episodes, like I said, even though it was weird that they introduced a character, it still ends pretty strong. So I was surprised that they went ahead and continued it. Also, I knew there was more. I didn't realize it was coming so soon. I was very surprised about that. All right, there's one arm done. Let's build another arm. I think this is going to come together way faster because there are far less stickers to put together. So I think this is going to come together a bit quicker. We'll see. All right. And okay, so next show. Let's talk about the next show that I want to talk about. Let's go to the Thursday show, the show that I should have watched and talked about on Thursday and forgot that new episode came out. High school prodigies have it easy even in another world. So, takes a break. It's just one season break, not a half a year. Yeah. So High School Prodigies, which I'll just at this point just call High School Prodigies because you know what I'm talking about. They did what I thought they were going to do. They focused on a character. In this case, they focused on the merchant. The ninja was around, or shinobi, as they call it. So here's the thing. They all have character names, but they often refer to each other as the job they have or the class they have. So there's the magician or the magician prince. There's uh, the bureaucrat or the prime minister. There's the merchant. There's the doctor, the samurai, the ninja. So often they're just calling them by their names and not their real names. So I have not learned their real names yet. Uh, there was more about some of the other characters briefly, but it was mostly about the merchant, and it was cool. You got to see them interacting and doing some stuff and getting some stuff done. Introduced uh, that, which I thought was good. Not a lot happened. It's setting up for episode 3 to be some stuff. Uh, they set up that the scientist, the genius scientist, has a lair, and that feels like that means we will not see a lot of her because she is in a lair. Also, I don't understand how this happened. So they're in a mystical world. They're in a magic mystical world, right? They all got transported to a mystical place. They're all really exceptional. It's a group isekai, but they're all there. Somehow their cell phones work. She figured out how to make their cell phones work. And as far as I can tell, there are not satellites in that world. So I don't know how she got their cell phones to work. But the scientists figured it out. They do not take any time to explain how that happened. And it is very odd. But also, as I said, it is an isekai. So most of the time you're just like, okay, this genius did it. Cool. But overall, it's a straightforward. They're already really good. They're doing their thing. One of the big points of it is that he introduces in episode 1, one dude, the main dude, introduces the concept of mayonnaise, which they didn't have. They hadn't made. They had the ingredients to make mayonnaise. They just hadn't figured out what mayonnaise is. So he introduces the concept of mayonnaise, and people are very happy about mayonnaise. So that ends up being the thing they sell in the market as this dude is trying to make money. That's their big ticket item, is that they introduce mayonnaise to people, and folks with money are like, here's a bunch of money. I need more of that shit. This is exactly what I want. And I think that's fun because it was like introduced in the first episode, carried on to the second episode as like their big move. And I thought that was kind of neat. Overall, it seems fine. Seems like a fine show. It is the most isekai of all the isekais in a season where most isekais are either parody of other shows like them, like Cautious Hero, or they are taking a detour, or they're just like a straight up comedy show, comedy kind of adventure series like Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life, which is really heavily focusing on the humor aspect of isekai. But yeah, this one's the straightforward one. It seems cool, and I'm interested in more of it. All right, next, Dr. Stone. Fuck yeah, Dr. Stone. This is where the shit happens. The shit has hit the fan. This feels like the proper second part of this season, like has officially begun. Science fucking happened. People were doing some science shit and making things happen. I put a clip or a photo up, a still up of like, oh, this guy seems smart. I have to keep an eye on him or whatever. And it's right after he won this whole tournament by kicking the semifinals of a tournament by kicking a dude in the balls. And that is very funny that is how basically he became the chief of the village, is by kicking a dude in the balls and then being like, well, I won. And then he divorced. Yes, it was a smart move, Christian. You're right. And then he's like, oh, he won the bride to marry her. And they're like, we have to do a bunch of stuff. And he's like, I'm getting divorced. I'm divorcing the priestess because he needed the alcohol to make the miracle drug. Also, there's an incredibly great gag. So, there's the priestess who has knowledge of the past or something, a knowledge of this village, right? Has the secrets to the village that Senku wants, right? She's been sick. She had an illness and has been sick this whole dang time, right? There's a very funny bit where, because he made this miracle drug, pneumonia, and it even says like the hot springs water you brought her every day kept her alive, like you keeping her clean and warm kept her going, which is awesome. That just like sisterly love basically kept her going this whole time. They beat it. She's like, oh, I haven't walked around outside the village on my own. And then she just starts like moving really fast because she's got a lot of energy like her sister does. She was just been sick this whole time. And it's just a fun little moment where she's just like, gets to be her and do her thing. And it was just like a sweet little, cool little moment in the show where they're like, oh, I guess she also takes after her sister. It's just a nice little thing. Dr. Stone is cool. Oh, and the Christian brings up the cola moment. Fuck yeah, the cola moment. Senku is a man of his word. He figured out how to make carbonated water, and he made cola. Senku pays his debts. And it ends on a big old cliffhanger thing where the name of the village is also Senku's last name. And I don't know what the fuck that means. I saw people in Tito making the cola recipe. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's not really cola. It is cola, but he's basically making some sort of, like, flavored water. But whatever, it's carbonated flavored water. And if you are obsessed with cola and you can get some of that, I think you're doing all right. All right, waste done. But yeah, Dr. Stone, good episode. And yeah, now we're opening the doors for whatever the fuck is going to happen and keep happening on the show. Which was fucking pretty exciting. Eventually, I guess we'll start dealing with the villain group and dealing with that. Also, there's a moment where they all say, like, we're Team Science, we're on his team, we're part of our Senku's crew, and the old man who's been helping them a lot is like, I guess I also am? Kinda? I don't know. That old man rules, man. That's the thing. If I'm ever, like, iffy on a show, and you want me on board in that show, you just gotta tell me, hey, this is the episode where a cool old person shows up. Because legitimately, I was like, I'm so sick of how they're not doing anything in Rising of the Shield Hero. I'm so sick of what's going on in this thing, and like they're not dealing with any of this. They're not handling any of this other stuff. They're just introducing more characters, and I'm just so frustrated with this. And then there was an old lady who knows martial arts kicking the crap out of monsters, and I was like, oh, fuck off. Fuck off, anime. Now you got me. That lady rules. And I was like, I don't need this. So yeah, if you want to get me on board with the show, just let me know when the cool old person shows up. Because when that buff old man showed up, I was like, I mean, I like Dr. Stone already, but all right, let's get this going. Alright, so it goes there. Alright, let's see. Fire Force. Alright. I didn't think shit was going to be going down in this episode. This felt like I thought this episode was going to be all, let's learn about these people, and let's all learn to get along. And then you get a fucking badass captain versus captain fight scene that I did not see coming and was totally unprepared for and was fucking cool as hell. That fight was awesome. But I really did think this episode of Fire Force was going to be like comparatively subdued and just be like a building episode, and it was not. I really like Fire Force. Y'all, there's only 11 episodes so far because they have taken breaks. It's a straightforward shonen. Every reveal so far has been like, yeah, of course. Like, there was a couple big reveals that have come in this show, and it's like, yup, okay, yeah. Yeah, of course. Oh, that's who the big bad is? Yeah, sure, great. Okay. Oh, I wonder what twist is coming in that. All right. Like, they took like 3 breaks. Yeah, I mean, one was a break that they took out of respect. And then one was like a 2-week break that was partially them wanting to take a break, and then also there was some special event in Japan, so they got pushed back. But yeah, one of the breaks was just like, hey, we're a show about fire, and there was just a brutal fire that someone set at an animation studio, so maybe we will like not put an episode out for a week, which I think is respectful and good. But yeah, that show is cool, and it's just getting better and better. So I recommend it. As just being an awesome program that y'all should check out if you want to. And then Food Wars, the fourth plate. Fourth plate just means fourth season. We are in it. There was some flashback stuff, which is fine, and I'm cool with. And they did the thing that they needed to do, which is basically, for those that haven't been following, it's a school for great people to make great culinary works. The guy that made the manga worked in hentai, so there's some fucking stuff in there that like is always, there's always a point where you're just like, fuck, come on, man, like, I just put into this food and have an explosion of taste and whatever, and then it's like dirty and weird. But in this one, they're like, the end of the last season was, we are fighting to, yes, the foodgasms, as they're called. The end of this last season was, we are fighting to save our school. And we developed a team. And on that team was a dude that was like, wait, who's that fucking guy? Who's this guy? Who's this new guy on the team? And then he says something like, you'll get what you promised me when we're done, or whatever. And you're like, okay, who's this dude? Well, this episode, they were like, here's who this dude is. And big dude was hella cool. Oh, yeah, that guy rules. He seems great. We also, the couple reaction shots of the Polar Star students and the one guy just screaming. I just stopped the episode. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, Leo, the reactions, there's also a moment where, because they were on a break, because they won the first round, and this is starting round 2, and they're like, there's just a moment where they're like, we have to be back at the cage, huh? Okay, because they were expelled, so they have to watch from a cage. And they're like, I guess we have to go back in here, huh? And they're freaking out about everything, like the live alligator, they're freaking out. They're freaking out about like all the smells of the ramen and all of the peppers. Like, great reaction shots on that crew. Some good jokes in there about Alice. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this. I feel like this is the round they lose some of. I don't know if they lose all of it, but I don't know. I haven't read it, I don't know, but I feel like this is the one where they have to lose some stuff because otherwise the drama goes away somewhat. It's kind of funny that the super buff dude is a pacifist. Yeah, Christian, it is funny. Like, this big, super giant, tough man, he came to this school because he heard that people made good stuff there, and he wanted to get even better at ramen, and that's why he came. And he he didn't know that at that school you do sugogekis, you do fights. You like one of the big things is like battling via cooking, and he was like, I didn't know they did that here. I don't want to do that. Um, and so he accepted all of these challenges at once and beat them all, and that's how he ended up being like in this crew of like the best cooks at the school. And he was like, "That's not what I want. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want this," which I think is just really funny. But he didn't want to battle. He wants to make perfect ramen. Yeah, the third best chef in there. And now he's fighting the second best chef. And we get to learn a bit about the Fang lady, whose name I can't remember. She's just the Fang lady. She's been helpful and seems to be a chaotic element. And also seems like she would like. Here's the thing: a bunch of the people who are on Team Evil, I understand why they're there, and I understand their motives. I do not understand why she did not join the rebels, because it doesn't seem like literally it seems like she's an explorer. Uh, it doesn't like I'm waiting for that. We got some backstory of her, but I'm waiting to hear like, hey, why are you fighting? Why aren't you fighting against this evil presence? I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, it's totally possible the reason why she's there is that she was hoping that people would challenge. And maybe if no one challenged, she would have had to, like, rebel. But she knew that people were going to do it. I don't know. I might be reading too into that. But that's what it seemed like. Where did this go? Oh. Hmm. Ah, there it is. Couldn't figure out how to put that part of the leg on. But yeah, overall, uh, season 2 of Food Wars, or season 4 of Food Wars, I say, the fourth plate, starts off real strong. Excited to see more of it. Um, I mean, I want more Megumi. You know I want more Megumi. You know I want more of the sweet country girl who has no confidence in her abilities and is just awesome and wants to make food that helps people and heals people and makes people feel good. Like, you know I want more of that character because obviously I want more of the best girl, and that is the best girl. So, like, you know I want more of that. You know I'm dying for more of that because that's 100% what I'm into as far as characters go. You get that. Yeah, next week might have more Megumi. I believe so. Yeah, yeah, she's like the healer. I kind of like that bit where Soma realizes that Fang Lady is in the weird food. Yes, anytime they can reference the stalker, gross food girl, because that is my favorite part of season 3, is when the two of them recognize that they should be making things together. But yes, the moment where she's like, "Oh, she likes weird stuff," and someone was like, "I want the three of us to start making some weird stuff." That's good. That like it also plays in the fact that he's thinking ahead of that stuff and not like worried, which is good. He should be. He should be confident. Overly confident often, but confident. Because that is his deal. Next week we have more Megumi. Yeah, I mean that's the hope. She's the best. Look, do I love the tan meat girl? Of course I do. But Megumi is like awesome, just like such a great character and so fun. And when I realized that she was like not going to get expelled and was going to be part of the rebel team, I was very happy because she's awesome. All right, we're doing it. We got a lot done. It's time to build the head. Seems like, yeah. Uh, yeah, I just think she's like really fun, and then she does so well, and like doing like her battle with the hothead dude, where it's almost like they have stands, like JoJo stands, like yelling at each other, is so fun. And the fact that she's just like, I made this kind of soothing because I figured you were going to eat all these foods and you were going to need it. Because that's just like who she is as a person. Just the girl, just the best girl. She is the best girl. Like, totally. 100%. Yes. And yeah, she's more confident in her food. Like, she's definitely going to, like, have a freak out and do the, like, symbol of man on her hand or whatever that she does. Like, she's going to have a freak out. Of course she is. But I still think that she'll rise to the challenge. And it'll be great. All right, I got to put a... This is not a sticker, and that's cool. This is a... I do have to put... So, this is a... I like this, right? So, we've got this clear plastic, right? That's going to be the eye. But we're going to put a sticker on this first. And that will make the plastic pop a little better. And I think that's rad. And I'm into that. So we'll do that. I like that when they're like, hey, put a sticker behind this piece of plastic. So it's not just the plastic on plastic. I think that's very cool. All right. That. There. Oops. All right. One of the big things that hooked me on that show was watching it with my Vietnamese friend, and they made the Vietnam egg wrap, and he lost his shit. Then afterwards, we went and got some for lunch. Yeah, I really the food in there is always really good, and obviously looks really good, and like it's always interesting when they're like talking about stuff from different cultures and talking about the food science behind it. That stuff is always really interesting and engaging, and I like the characters. I think the characters are fun and all very different. And it's underdog storytelling and making things work and figuring things out, and I don't know. Like I like when they season 2. Oh yeah, Christian, it totally is hard to recommend. There's I referenced the YouTube show Getting the Robot, right? I referenced that YouTube channel a lot. Getting the Robot did a video of like anime you can't watch on the subway or anime you can't recommend to people. And that's on there because it's like, this show is great and everything happens and all this, and then sometimes people eat food and their clothes fall off, but not really. But they act like it does, and then it doesn't do it for a while, and you're like, you forget that's part of the show, and then it goes back, and you're like, what if your clothes weren't blown off by that? Maybe this food shouldn't seem like it's assaulting you with taste. Maybe it shouldn't do that. Ugh. But it is, and then sometimes it's got like really fun, cool moments and great, strong character choices, and it's like, and weird little sub jokes and activities. And I liked when they went to go work at different kitchens and learned all of that, and I thought that was really neat. During the ramen battle, and Soma's getting decked with the pork. Yeah. Yes, you can move the eye. I'll show you in a second. Let me get the top of the head on, and then the eye does move. It moves around, which is what you want from a Zaku. I don't know why they would waste everyone's time if they didn't let you move the eye around, but they do. But let me get the let me finish this part here. Get the head on. All right. Goes like that. So, didn't do what I need to do. Just, huh. Let's try to get this to work. Sorry, give me a second. But yes, so the eye does move. You can move it here. There's a little thing that does that. That moves it back and forth. There's a little, oops. So yeah, this does slide around. But I still have to get the head part on, and it doesn't want to. There we go. See if we can do it like that. There we go. Great. Yes. So I'll just show it on. Let's use this here. You can see there the eye moves. This little thing turns, and the eye moves. And there's probably a way for that to move when it's all assembled. I don't know yet. But yeah. That's good. Yeah, Food Wars. I like it. I think it's a fine show. I'm happy that the season's back. Because like I said, the first half of season 3, or third plate as they call it, was not my favorite. Wasn't super into it. Happy that this is solid. Okay, so our Zaku is done. This was a quick one. We have to build the weapons, which we'll do. We don't have much left to build here. Got an axe. We got a bunch of different little things here. So that's done, though. So we got at least the frame body of it, which is cool. And now we can build some weapons. A bazooka and a machine gun. And got some rockets. And the axe. And we've got some stickers to put on, which we will do. Let's just build the axe first, because I don't like the axe a lot. But yeah, that's the anime I watched. Like I said, I'm going to watch My Hero probably tonight after the stream. That'll probably be my, like, relaxing evening stream. Or evening viewing tonight. It's a really nice looking song. Yeah, this is as far as the Super Deformed, the SD kits go, I think this one turned out really good, and I'm really happy with it. We'll just put that in there. I like this. I like the axe. I think it's a good looking blade there. But yeah, tonight I'll watch My Hero, be able to talk about that on Monday, and then we'll have Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? That'll be ready to talk about, and of course One Piece. We'll talk about for Monday. And I mean, there's other anime out there. I'm just not watching it. Just not watching the basketball one about the kid who's short but likes basketball, and he's getting a basketball team at his school because his school doesn't have a basketball team. Christian, I did not check that show out. Orisuki, I did not check it out. I will. I'll probably talk about it on Monday. There was just a bunch of stuff, so I have not gotten to that show yet. But I will because you recommended it, so I at least will check it out. But I can check it out for Monday. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, I'm not watching the basketball one. I hadn't checked out Orisuki. There's a couple other things that started. There's probably a couple things on Hulu that I just didn't check out. I mean, I'm watching 3 shows on there, but there's probably at least one thing that I just didn't see. It's done. But yeah, there's hey, it's a busy season. There's a lot of stuff coming out. Like 2 things just started this weekend. There's a whole lot of anime, and I'm trying to keep up with all of it. As I've said, Galactic Heroes, yeah. My big recommendation is It's on Hulu and Funimation. After School Dice Club is the best of the new anime shows. It is by far my favorite. It is really cute and fun. I will have my video that goes up on Monday talks about that being my surprise hit. I will say that like Kimono Michi second episode I liked more than I thought I would, because the first episode made me kind of wary because they really pull back on the pervert stuff, and so that was nice. And there's some wrestling, which was cool. So I'm not super nervous about that. But yeah, I'm really psyched about After School Dice Club. I think it's just like a really nice slice of life show with just really cool characters. And I want them to play board games and card games and become better friends and have fun adventures. I want good things for those characters, and I'm enjoying watching them figure stuff out. So that's my big. That's the big. I'm kind of surprised. I knew I would like it, but I didn't know that that would be the standout show this season for me so far. The show. I'll say this: if Radiant is the show that I might drop. If there's any show that I drop this season, it feels like it might be Radiant, which I did in the first season of Radiant, because I kind of need stuff to start happening more, and I don't know. It's fine. It is just like a perfectly fine show. I think it's all right. That's my very academic review of Radiant. It seems fine. There's just a lot of anime. I mean, now that I realize, so between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I have 7 shows to watch because High School Prodigies is the Thursday show. That's a lot of anime to watch over those 3 days to then talk about on stream. It's a lot. But I'll do it because I want to. All right, let's get this together. That goes there, that goes there. So we've got our gun there. We're going to get our bazooka together now. Our last sticker goes on. Only 3 stickers in this kit, and 2 of them were on weapons, which is nice. I'm into. So we're definitely going to be finishing this up. Like I said, Monday. Monday is pumpkin carving. And then I don't know how long it's going to take to do that pumpkin, right? If it's like an hour and a half, we'll get started on our next kit after that. But the next kit we're going to be building is the Gundam Astray Blue Frame D, which is a beautiful kit with lots of pointy gold stuff sticking out of it. Oh yeah, I don't want to watch that new Sherlock show, the Sherlock anime. I like a lot of the premise, but basically the idea is that Sherlock and his friends, they're like, oh, here's our fun twist on the lady that, you know how it's always got a lady that like they live above and that's their landlord. Well, what if it was a gay man who dresses as a woman and always wants to have sex with Sherlock, and he's like weirded out by how forceful she is, or he is. Sorry, he or she. That's in the opening, like that was in the teaser trailer, and I was like, oh. Well, I already don't kind of care about this, and I certainly don't care about this. And maybe it's a great show, and they just have a very problematic, shitty choice to make. But that was enough to me going, well, there are 14 shows that I want to watch this season, so maybe I don't need to watch that one. And I am currently, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I'm watching 14 shows right now. So I maybe don't need to watch that one. And maybe it's great. And maybe that's just like the weird part you got to get over. And if I didn't know about it, I would have started the show and been like, this is fun. And then been like, oh, this part sucks. But I do know about it. And I'm not interested. I'm also I'm not super into like Sherlock shows. Uh, there was also one like last year. I feel like there was another Sherlock one, but he was a jeweler, if I remember right. He was like, I'm not, I'm not always, yeah, Kyoto or whatever. I think he was a jeweler. Was one. Seems weird that they're just like, yeah, let's do another Sherlock show. Oh, it's IG. Yeah, yeah, I like them. And like I said, maybe it's one of those shows where people are just like, hey, this part fucking sucks, but I just have so many shows to watch that I was like, it'll be fine for me to do it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sherlock is in the public domain. You're going to see a lot of Sherlock shows, and then it's has been popular in pop culture, so people are like, oh, let's do that, and I get it. I just don't. Yeah, wasn't that the teaser? I was like, no thanks. I'm not watching Alicization. I won't be watching that. I stopped watching Sword Art Online last season, like really early on. I was just like, I'm not interested in this. So I certainly don't think I'm. And I didn't really like the Sword Art uh, side series that had nothing to do with Kirito. So I definitely don't think I'm going to be into the show that seems to be all about another character that is not him. I don't know. I can't see myself getting into that show now. I think there is I think there is a good show mixed in with the first two seasons. There's like two halves of a good show in there. Uh Also the season that focuses like on other characters I'm never super invested in because I know that they're just going to become backup for Kirito and like they're not going to do anything. They're never going to give them a chance to shine. When they're like, it's not about him, it's about this big world. They're like, it's about him. The movie. I thought the movie, Sword Art Online movie, was good. I did like it. I thought that was a cool, self-contained little thing and a fun story. I did enjoy that. Yeah. Spin off with the pink girl was okay. See, my big thing was that people were like, I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then people were like, you got to watch this. And then I was watching it and I was like, hey, what's up with this girl that seems to want to die? And they were like, it's fine. And then I was like, it's not. I don't enjoy it. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't. Some people really fucking loved that spin off. And I was just like, meh, it's fine. Uh, anyway, we finished it. This is a Zaku 2. This is Zaku 2. It's cute. How's he look on green screen? It's just hard on green screen. Look at him. He's got a machine gun. He's got a bazooka that fits on his back. Yeah, I thought some of the fights were alright. I don't know. Honestly, I'll say it. I'm way more invested in Sword Art when they're stuck than I am when they can take the goggles off. And even when it was somebody's gonna get fucking murdered, people are getting murdered in real life. I was like, well then don't play the game. I don't know what this is. What is this? Just fucking don't. Yeah. I think the first season I was much more invested in. All right. Chibi Zaku 2 is here to stand in front of your beam saber, indeed. But yeah, oh, his leg just popped off because it's still a chibi. So it's not perfect. But this is pretty fun. I like the rocket legs, or the, rocket boosters on the legs. A little cute little friend, just doing his thing. All right, that's gonna do it. We're finishing up on this Zaku 2, which I'm happy about. I'm gonna try to fix the head before I take a photo of it. Whatever, it's fine. Trying to adjust where the eye is. But yeah, we're going to wrap up there. Thanks so much for watching the stream. I hope you had a great Saturday here with me. Next stream is on Monday, and it's pumpkin carving. I'm going to make a big, silly big friend pumpkin, and then once we're done pumpkin carving, we will get into this big friend. Look at that big master grade friend. The blue frame. D. This looks like a very cool kit. And the cockpit you can put people in, and that's cool. This is a fun looking. We've done 2 red frames, so it's fun to do something different. It's a big boy. Pumpkin night, indeed. I hope to see you on Pumpkin night. Happy to see you tonight. I'm going to put these up because I'm going to take a photo of these for my Discord. Thanks for being here. As I said, I am going to end the stream with an ad. You might not see that. It might just be the pre-show screen. But if you do see an ad, hey, why not watch that ad? And I'll get a little money for it. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching. And have a great rest of your Saturday. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.